Hi, everyone. Welcome to Livestream Wednesday. Just putting my phone on airplane mode so it doesn't go off. Today, we're going to talk about getting out of your head. I mean, how many of you out there have been so stuck in your head that you can't decide? I've been there. You can, leave a comment, let me know, thumbs up, if you have gone down the road of being so indecisive because of you're in your head too much. Now, I want you to learn to get out of your head. There's a lot of tools that you can use, but I want you to do it by harnessing the power that you have within yourself. You are so much more than your body. And a lot of you, you're my clients, and a lot of you know that I use energy, my own gifts, energy experts, combined with mechanics, so action steps, getting in the right habits, environment, the people that you're surrounded with. But I combine those because those are the things that you need to really be successful, to really go through the changes in your life. You're going to have them. That's a constant. To grow and to become, to have personal freedom, to become confident, to be able to make decisions. And confidence comes in different forms. You could be confident in speaking with people. You could be confident in making money. You could be confident in your relationships, but maybe you're not confident in all of those areas. But when you get out of your head and really harness the power from within, your God-given power, this is the way God intended us to live, or to harness this power and use it to really, I'm not going to say utopia should exist because that's not balance, and we really have to have a balance, but to use the energy so that we could live our best lives and the rest of the world. I mean, imagine a world where we're all doing this, right? And I believe and I see people, in my own business, people in my environment, when we use both our energy from within and, mechanical things like organization, getting focused, action steps and habits, then we, there's no telling what you can do. We all have our own personal journeys, and this success is within reach. I mean, you may think that it isn't because you could be clouded by indecision, but it really is. And I've seen it happen over and over again. Yeah, I love it. When I watch people, or I hear success stories, and I have a couple of them on my website, and as well, and here on YouTube, and in my private Facebook group, and my Facebook page. So you'll see success stories. I might even have some on Instagram, all over, because it works. So I want to talk to you about, like I said in the beginning, I used to be totally indecisive. I didn't know, which way, like, what should I do? And then I would not make a decision. And it's funny, how the universe works, because, people in your life will come to you, and especially with me, they come to me with things that I used to have challenges with. And I still work on my challenges. I'm not here to tell you that I'm perfect. I'm not here to tell you that I've solved everything 100%. I go through change, I grow, and then I move on, and I conquer my challenges. I face my challenges. Sometimes things don't go exactly how I want them to go. And that's fine, because when you see opportunity in everything, you're going to be successful. So, I'm not here to tell you my life is perfect, and if you work with me, your life will be perfect. But I am here to say that if you use these tools, your life is going to be so much better. It's going to change for the better, and you're going to get the life that you want to live. And so, getting out of your head and, becoming decisive can be really, really hard for some people. I know for me, I was scared, right? I was, I wasn't quite sure how things would come out, what the next step would be. I didn't know if if I was making the right decision or not. And so it would take me forever to make a decision. And I'm going to be transparent. I still take a little while making decisions, some things. Other things I already know. But some things I do sit with, and I have a more of a wholehearted approach to it, because that's just the way I operate, and that's okay. And if I do make a quick decision and it turns out to be the wrong one, or I'd say there's no mistakes really in this universe, but it turns out not to be exactly what I want, then I just move along and I fix it. It's easier said than done. Sometimes there are bigger challenges than I have time to talk about right now. But being indecisive will keep you stagnant. It'll keep you not doing anything, and in fact, you won't just stay stagnant. What really happens is things keep moving forward, and so you actually move backwards. And so I used to be indecisive, not sure what to do, and then would take forever making a decision, and then still doubt my decision the whole time. A lot of you know that I used to be just completely lack confidence, and I'd be so insecure that I just didn't know. So I would give the responsibility to someone else. I would have my ex-husband make a lot of decisions. I'd just say, okay, you go ahead and you make the decision. And if things went wrong, it would be I'd let him take the fall for it. And so years ago, that's how I used to operate. I mean, I've learned since then. And what I want you to learn is how to take responsibility, get out of your head, and really harness the energy. I'm pointing to your head. Yes, that's a strong part. But here is also a strong part. All of our energy comes from, different places believe different things. They could say the gut, you could say the heart, you could say the head. And different people operate from different areas. For me, I operate from my ajna, from my heart area. So I know to feel it out. And then I get messages in different other ways. But for you, it's important you learn how to harness the energy for yourself and forget what other people say. Yes, I'm a coach. And if I'm your coach, I'm going to help you to harness the power from within yourself, not what works for me. I'll let you know what works for me. I'll let you know what works for other people. But what we're here to do for you is to bring out that energy exactly how it works for you. Because that's what coaching is all about. And that's what learning to use your energy is all about, is to learn it. It's to learn to use it for you, for the benefit of yourself and everybody else. Forget about competition. There's plenty out there for everyone. And I know that could be hard for some people to believe, and this video is not for you if that's the case. But for those of you who understand collaboration and working together is the way, this video is for you, because there's plenty out there. You don't have to worry about competition. What you want to focus on is working in integrity, being genuine, and bringing that energy out from yourself. Because when you're working from being genuine and from integrity, you're going to make the right decisions. So, mechanically, you can think about it that way of getting, stop being indecisive and go ahead and make a decision, even if you have to sit on it for a couple of hours or a day or two. That's all right. But then make a decision, right? But some things you're just going to know right away. And, and it's important to learn who you are. And there's ways to learn. There's ways to learn energetically. There are ways to learn to talk it out. But what you want to do is keep moving forward and decide that you're going to move forward, because the only person who can make the change in your life is you. And if you come upon a coach or someone else who says, I can fix all your problems, I would be, I really suggest that you look into them a little bit further. Yes, reach out for help. Yes, use people, use the expertise of other people, but there's not going to be one person or one thing that's going to be the end all be all that is going to solve every issue in your life. And if someone says that they can, then be wary of that and, you know, look into it, because that it's not going to happen. You are the answer to all of your challenges and your problems. And there really aren't any problems. There's only solutions. And I don't say that lightly. I've been working on my book. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought, because what I realized was I had so many mechanical things in there, of action steps and habits and how to change them. I got caught up in that, and I forgot to put in all of the other things. Maybe it's not even forgetting. I'm learning too. What I didn't realize was that I didn't add the other things that we need and that I'm strong with and that you can be strong with. And that is your energy. And the things like my dreams that I remember every night and the messages that I get and the things that I see, that's real stuff. And I'm not the only person who experiences this. Maybe you're one of them. And so, when you read my book, you're going to realize that I don't say that, I don't say it lightly that there's only solutions and no problems, because I've been through things and so have you. I don't know what you've been through or what you're going through, but, there are solutions, and we have been given instances and situations so that we can learn to move with change, we can grow, and we can become personally free. We can thrive. We can become successful. That's what God wants for us. And I say God, but really what I mean is the omnipotent power that is within us and surrounding us. You could use whatever word you want. Universe. Some people have, the Buddha. They believe in Christ. There's other powers out there, and I use the word God. And so, what I want to let you know is that right now I'm reading a few books at a time, right? I am reading Play. I was just reading this one alone. And this one is written by Stuart Brown. He's a medical doctor, and he talks about how important having fun and playing is in your life. I mean, you can't take things so serious that you're stressed out all the time. You have post-traumatic stress disorder for things. You can, but that's no way to live. So I've been reading this book. I was reading this one alone, but then I started reading Raising an Emotionally Intelligent Child, and this one is by John Gottman. And I'm not sure if some of you might be familiar with John Gottman and his wife. I don't remember her first name. It could be Barbara, but that may be wrong. But they have the Gottman Institute, and they help couples. John Gottman, they help with emotional intelligence and relationships, but John and his wife help couples with relationships and how to have healthy relationships. And on raising emotionally intelligent children, but you can apply this book. I mean, I'm reading so many things. One of the things I want to tell you about is it talks about he talks about a little girl, a mother telling a little girl who was suffering from anxiety, how, kids, sometimes they don't realize that anxiety, and you can apply this if you're an adult, it could be because you have that feeling in your stomach. Maybe it's for some of you, for me, it could be bottomless pit stomach feeling, or just an empty feeling, nauseous a little bit. It could be because you're thirsty. It could be because you're not hydrated. It could be because you're hungry. It could be because you have digestive issues going on, constipation, diarrhea, gas. So there's some things that could be happening physically, but so this woman told her child about that, and it helped alleviate this anxious feeling in this little girl, right? And then I picked up, because I need to do some research for my book, The Power of Eight by Lynn McTaggart. And this book is phenomenal. I've already read this book. I'm rereading it because I need to get some information. But this book talks about the intention and the power that we harness from ourselves to heal other people. We are all connected. So we're going from mechanical, right? So the 3D world, mechanical, from actually physically playing to, more emotional talk. Again, this is not about esoteric energy, but about a lot of communication and actions. And then we go to, the combination of the power that you have of healing yourself and other people. And this book is based on a group. So I was actually part of a group for months. It was at least 6 months, I want to say, of healing other people. And the point to this whole power of intention is when you heal other people with your intention through a group of 8 or a small group. She also had smaller groups, and then I think group of 12, that you heal yourselves and miraculous things happen in your life. So my point to these, to bring all of these up, is that yes, it can be very hard to make decisions, but it doesn't have to be. And when you combine the power that you have within yourself and the power of other things that you can do, mechanically, so physically. Some of you are familiar, for watching this video, you've probably heard of the 3D versus the 5D. So 3D is, our physical body, the physical earth, us doing things, going to businesses physically and doing business. But then the 5D is more of the energy work. Our thoughts have a vibration and they can turn into things. But listen, we are energetic beings. We're made of energy and matter. And you can look it up online. Third graders are taught this in school, regular school, that we're energy and matter. And, there's a 3rd grade experiment that I brought up on Google a little while ago, because I'm homeschooling the kids right now until the year is up. And what it says is that, yes, we're energy and matter. And it even says in this lesson, when you break that down, when you break matter down even further, it's also energy. Atoms, protons, neutrons, vibrating at a certain speed. Everything is vibrating at a different speed. And so with indecision, what happens is you get so caught up in all of these things and what if and what ifs, but what if the negatives, right? You're thinking about what could go wrong. But what if you decide it can go right? What if you focus on what can go right? And don't try to do this alone. Okay, you can't do things alone. We're just not made that way. Get yourself at least an accountability partner. A coach is better. Someone who has been where you are and knows what to do to help you along. Because it takes a certain kind of energy and it takes certain things to do in order to get out of your head. And you need to borrow sometimes someone else's expertise or confidence in order to start deciding. And you can learn how to use that energy that you have. We are all energy. We're just, we see out of a lens. We see out of a certain lens. And that is, our brain actually helps to make these images that we see to stand still, to not vibrate. You could even go on Netflix Brain Games, and Jason, I don't remember his last name. Jason, anyway, it doesn't matter. Brain Games on Netflix. It's even there. And they talk about how our brain and our eyes function so that we see things solid, so that they're solid and they're not moving. Our ears have something to do with that. The equilibrium. There's little, I won't get too technical. So there's little, feelers in our ears, I'll just say, to help us to stay balanced. And when they're off, if you have an ear infection or something, or when they're off, that's when you can have something called vertigo, when you're, feeling uneven. Maybe you can faint or pass out, or you can't end up, you can't stand still. So when you drink alcohol, that's what happens. Our equilibrium gets thrown off, our ears are affected, and then that's why we can't, if you drink a little too much, that you're not walking straight. That's why drinking and driving doesn't mix. So the point to this is to learn how to balance it all. And we are in this illusion that everything is solid because if we didn't see it as being solid, we could make us sick. It would be very hard to comprehend. But we, as human beings, can comprehend the fact that we're more than just this, package. We are energy, and we can become decisive, and we can harness that energy that we have inside of us to live the life that we want to live. You can do it. If I've done it, if I've helped my clients do it, you can do it. And there's plenty of people out there that know how to do this now. This is becoming more, this educational, this information, and this education is becoming more and more accessible and prevalent, which is fantastic. It's the time of change. So realize that you can have everything that you want. Let's even say, about a partnership, right? Like, let's say you're looking for the right partner, but you think you can't have them because maybe they're not the right age, they're too old, they're too young, or maybe they have kids or they don't have kids, or you have kids or you don't have kids. There's so many things that you can focus on, but you can use your energy to become decisive of the person who you actually want to be with. And they're out there for you. They really are. And when you work on yourself, everything else lines up. You don't have to know the exact next step right now. All you need to do is work on yourself and learn how to become decisive. Get out of your head. Yes, you need your head and you need to use that part of yourself. But if you only live in your head, you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to be stagnant. And if you're stagnant and you're standing still and everything else is moving forward, you're moving backwards. Okay. So, yeah. So that's what you want to definitely learn to do. And you have the tools. They're all here for you. And it's okay to reach out. If you don't know how to do anything, I used to be so embarrassed to reach out or to show anybody that I wasn't perfect. But that's how you get better. You have to become vulnerable and stop caring what other people think. I want people to like me. I'm a good person. You want to be a good person. You want people to like you, but you can't live for everyone else. And you can't live worrying about what everybody else thinks, because you're not going to get better that way. And you have the power to be decisive, make the right decisions. And like I said, you're going to hear people that they're going to say, you need to just decide right now. You need to stay up late, and you need to get up early, and you need to, suffer, and, all of those things. But it doesn't have to be that way. You've got to find what's right for you. And when you are in resistance, when you're fighting and you're forcing, things don't happen. That's when indecision happens. You could be too tired. I mean, there's days where I stay up late or I get up really early, but there's a balance to it, and when you're having fun, and you're emotionally intelligent, and you're using the power that you have within yourself, everything lines up really well. Things are attracted to you. You're in the right vibration. You're aligned with the life that you want to live. Your business gets better. Your relationships get better. Your health gets better. Everything just gets better. And if you don't believe me, just go look it up. You could look it up on other people's websites. Go on YouTube. Look up some other Lynn McTaggart. You could look up John Gottman and Stuart Brown. You can look up Aaron Dottie. He's all about energy. You can look up someone who I mentored under for a year and a half. Learned so much. Bob Proctor. There's so much more that you can do. You don't have to just come to me. But if you do want to, learn tools where you combine energy and action steps and habits, reach out to me, get you on a call, 45 minutes, give or take, and we'll see if we're a fit. But I want you to know that you have the energy, the power within yourself to live the life you want to live. Get out of your head, become decisive. And that doesn't mean you have to make, drop of the hat decisions and you're going to get everything right exactly. It's finding the right space for you. You are so powerful and so fantastic that no one can tell you exactly what you need for your life. Yes, you may need guidance. Yes, you may need tools, but you are the expert of yourself. When it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your business. But reach out, okay, and decide. Decide what you want and learn what you need to learn in order to get that. All right, that's what I have for you today. Leave your comments and your, like and subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube. But leave your comments and your questions. You can private message me. I'm on Facebook. Some of you like to do that, and I will get back to you. All right, have a great day. See you soon.